To explain what it is they do, I actually want to talk about coffee. Imagine that you are really keen to get a cup of coffee. You're out in town, and you're standing in front of two coffee shops. There's a coffee shop on the left and a coffee shop on the right. They're equally convenient. They're right in front of you. They sell exactly the same coffee. They're equally attractive premises with the equally comfortable furnishings and equally nice people. It's identical coffee. It's exactly the same price, $3, $4, whatever the going price is. And you've got to make a choice between which of these two coffee shops you're going to go into. But there is one difference. The coffee shop on the left, just for, let's say, $3, gives you a cup of coffee. The coffee shop on the right, as well as giving you a cup of coffee, also automatically, simply because you've bought your cup of coffee, provides a day's worth of access to clean water to a child in Africa. And as a consequence of that, that child doesn't have to spend the day bringing water back from a distant well to the village, and therefore has the time to get an education and lifts her life up. And you have a choice. It's the same coffee. It's the same price. You can either go to the coffee shop on the left, which just sells coffee, or the coffee shop on the right, which sells coffee but also changes lives by automatically linking what it does with something good happening in the world. Now, I'm going to invite you, if you would, to stand up for whichever of the two coffee shops you would go to. The one on the left where you just get the coffee, the one on the right, same price, same coffee, but where something extraordinary happens as a consequence of you going there. Stand up if you would go to, in fact, no, let's make it simpler. Stay seated if you would go to the coffee shop on the left. Stand up if you would go to the coffee shop on the right. So one of the two things, either stay seated or stand up. So you've got to do one of the two. Obviously sitting down is the default position. So from looking around, overwhelmingly, and obviously there's no right decision, it's entirely up to you as to which you would do. Those standing would go to the coffee shop on the right. They would change a life with their cup of coffee. And those seated would go to the coffee shop on the left. In one sense, not a bad idea to go to the coffee shop on the left because there's a shorter queue. Look at the extraordinary number of you, and the overwhelming majority of you stood up. The coffee shop is taking a stand and is using its business as a force for good in the world. And guess what? Customers react to that. So do team members. I mean, if you were the owner of those two coffee shops, which one is going to sell more coffee? Which one is going to get talked about? Which one are people going to come back to? Which one is going to have an energized team of people who want to sell more coffee because they're not just selling coffee, they're changing lives through the process of selling coffee? Which one of those will be a better investment vehicle if that was your way of looking at it? Which one of those changes the world? The coffee shop on the right. The coffee shop on the left is going to get left behind. The coffee shop on the right, because it is taking a stand, because it is doing the right thing, gets extraordinarily better results. And it's not just the 1,000 of you in this room, probably 950 of you would go to the coffee shop on the right. It's not just in this room, but it shines through in all the research out there. We heard Simon T. Bailey on the first day. I was able to listen to his keynote on the plane coming over when he arrived yesterday. And Simon said, businesses that put purpose before profit will be the ones that thrive. Absolutely, and that's not just his opinion, and that's not just as evidenced by all of you standing up. It's actually evidenced by a huge body of evidence that businesses that do good do better. But of course, this isn't actually about coffee shops or water. We're not running coffee shops. But it's a coffee shop taking a stand, building kindness, a wave of kindness, playing a leadership role in a movement that's creating a wave of kindness that really will change the world. For the coffee shop owners, because they sell more coffee and make more money, and for, in this case, the children in Africa who get access to water and therefore get an education and lift themselves up, and everything gets better. I think it is time for us to take a stand. You took a stand for the coffee shop. The question mark is whether you will take a stand in your business and use your business as a force for good, knowing that not only will it make the world a better place, but it will actually pay back commercially for you too. And emotionally, it will feel great, as well as actually having all those people standing up, shopping with you, as it were, effectively. Now, what is